Hey, Grant, I'm not here yet either. Funny. Well, I'm here. I may be a couple seconds late, but I'm here. How are you tonight, Grant? I'm just chilling. I'm chilling, not like a villain. And I'm spilling. I don't know what I'm spilling, but I'm spilling. Uh, Tried to see whether Flit or Alpha would come on, so we talk a little bit about next project in the works, which is Snowdrift. Canadian Shield did get totally edited last night. Three. Went to the printers. Probably later on tonight, we will be sending out an email for digital copies to everybody. For those that got them, and so we can have all the digital stuff done. Next week, we will be doing probably not emails, but think mailing stuff out sometime late next week. So that is good. Wowzers. So I don't know what to say, what to do. I'm just so happy to have Canadian Shield 3 done. I already know we're going to be remastering that at some point to make it look, we'll say, different and better. I'm not sure how to put it except that way. Yeah. So I'm not sure what we'll be doing for cover for the remastered version. Oh, what to say, what to do. Let's turn on tablet. Not that I don't really want to be doing much tonight. I really do want to relax. Hey, Metal. You're tired? Why are you tired? You're sleepy? Did you not get enough sleep last night? Did I keep you up too late? Then again, you're 2 hours behind me, I believe. So, like we ended at 1. It was 11 for you. But then again, I think you said you didn't get any sleep the night before. Did you get any sleep last night? I didn't end up going to bed like to 2 or something like that, I think. I got off and did a little bit. I did get everything into the printers today, this morning before work. So that is good. I didn't get to start the new Genshin Impact until we got off, so I was up until like 5 a.m. playing it. I should probably get back into playing that at some point. I'm way behind and I haven't played it in like 2 or 3 years now. I don't know how to do that. So did it take a while to update or something? Was that why you were up to 5 a.m.? Well, if you ever get back into it, I'll help you grind and clear all the non-Archon quests. My story is single player only. Isn't that the only way you can do it? Well, maybe they changed things. I don't know. So, completely dumb question. Um, the dumb question is, any idea whether we'll ever be starting the Final Fantasy thing again? Think if we do right now, we couldn't include Dillard because he's beyond AFK. Well, I can't include half of the players right now, so if we did anything, it would be a new campaign. We should, well, if you're up for that, we should maybe think about it. Well, I guess the question is, could we restart that one? Well, I know. Well, I forget. I could review stuff, but I'd probably forget half of it, the three-quarters of it. But I'm not sure who we could get. I might be able to get my friend Christian to do. He might be interested. But I'm not sure whether he'd have the time on a Sunday to dedicate or a Saturday. And I'm not sure. Well, obviously, Dillard would Marsupio be in for it? Flit, and I guess Buck. Because in a lot of ways, I would like to get to the second half of that campaign. Yeah, we could try and do that too. Um, I get maybe it would be 2 hour sessions coming up with a character and then doing stuff. Is that something you would like to do or whatever? I guess it wouldn't necessarily be Final Fantasy. Just D&D or if the main campaign is off limits, that is, I wouldn't want to start a new long campaign. Ah, well, so I think you're saying if the main Final Fantasy campaign is off limits, we could do Final Fantasy. You just wouldn't want to do, because you won't don't want to start a new long campaign. And if everybody could like, if you haven't already, and share, let the people know I am here. Yeah. Well, you know what? I don't think I've shared yet myself. So, share on X. Post. Facebook. Uh, okay. I'll consider it. I have a bunch of modules and rule books for various things. One shots aren't hard to make, and it could be fun jumping into the deep end. Yeah, making up characters for every other week or whatever. Hey, Crosby, I'm good. Hey, I had to step out for a minute. Coffee run. Ah, cool, cool. Good that you're good. Well, I'm not sure whether you heard, Grant, but Canadian Shield 3 is at the printers. I got it to the printers this morning. Funny thing, I was on the bus, and I got off the bus, and I saw my printer guy on the at the after I got off the bus. He got off the same bus I got off of, and was going to the same bus I was going to, because he was off to work where I was going to sing. I'm like, he's like, where are you off to, or something to that effect, and I'm like, I'm off to see you. I don't think you meant, I thought I meant right away, but I'm like, yeah, I'm going there right now to come to your place to get the comic printed. So that was in today. It should have it next week. So anybody that has ordered it, probably tonight, later tonight, probably about 10:30, I'm going to send out an email with digital of Canadian Shield 3. For those that ordered 1 and 2 as well, I will be doing a separate email and sending out 1 and 2. Sorry I didn't buy in time. Money's been tight. I haven't even bought comics in a while. Yeah, I understand, Grant. I know what it's like, money tight. Money's been tight for me for the last couple of years, you know. It was tight even before my mom died. So, yeah, some of the side dungeons you guys did were designed as one-shots. Just, for example, the content like the Flooded Plaza or Vampire Mansion. Oh, okay. So we could just go in through and do those. Although I don't remember. I might remember the boss, but I probably wouldn't remember the layout or anything, and I'd probably have a different character. So, uh, but if you ever want to buy in the future, Grant, if you have the money, things are going to be up on my website probably the beginning of January for Canadian Shield 3. I want to make sure everybody's got their book first, uh, digital, and there's something coming, not those exactly, just an example of that, a one shot, just be a quest around a single dungeon or experience like that. Oh, okay. Sounds cool on Monday, dude. Yeah. I'm just off work, just relaxing. I'll be going on Hero Shack's channel soon. Well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna tell you guys. I'll probably make an announcement video after everything's done with for Canadian Shield 3 out there. I am going to make the digital copy of Canadian Shield 1 free off my website. So anybody can click a link and download Canadian Shield 1 and be able to read it digitally. And of course, I'm going to be putting the ash can up there digitally as well. We'll have soon too the digital ash can. Hopefully soon, digital ash can for Snowdrift. So yeah, there's I was hoping to get in touch with Alpha and have him on here tonight and maybe flip. Okay, I'm gonna leave you running on my PC, but I gotta hit the shower. Okay. Well, I'm sure I'll still be here when you're done your shower, unless you take like a 2 hour shower. uh, I'm just trying to think what to talk. Uh, yeah, I was hoping maybe I could get Flit on here so we could Flit or Alpha or both and talk about. I hope it doesn't take that long. Yeah. Yeah, I'm usually done a shower in 10, maybe 15 minutes. Even a bath, I'm usually done that time in after the water runs, of course. But I would like to get one of those two or both on talking with Flint, maybe about page 2 of the ash can for Snowdrift. Actually, I gotta write soon the 4-page ash can for the Flame. Hmm. Hmm. So, any questions, thoughts anybody has, feel free to ask. I might or comment. I might comment on your comment. Maybe possibly answer your question if I can. Oh, take the bird in that tree. What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor so early in the morning?
I don't know. What shall we do with them? Toss them overboard. That'll wake them up quick.
Or maybe it won't. Either way, we're good. No. I am slowly going crazy, crazy am I slowly going. Oh, Canada. Something, something. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, glorious. Blah, 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 blah. What do you, what do you do with the drunken sailor? Put in bed with the captain's daughter? Yeah, well, the captain might not be too happy about that. And the drunken sailor might not be too happy about that, eh? Because nothing probably would happen, and he'd get in trouble by the captain, and then the captain would run to string him up by his toenails, and he'd like, Captain, I didn't do anything. I just woke up here. Ask your daughter, we didn't do that. The daughter, I was sleeping, I don't know. I got drunk too. Maybe we did something, maybe we didn't, I don't know. Oh. Yeah. Oh, Canada. Oh, here we go. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all our sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free, from far and wide. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Now, there is a second verse here. It's not the same as the first. So, O Canada, land of our ancestors, glorious deeds circle your brow, for your arms know how to wield the sword, for your arms know how to carry the cross. Your history is epic of brilliant deeds, and your valor steeped in faith will protect our homes and our rights. Okay, I messed up that second part. I don't even. know about that second part. Anyways, you could take the VOT comp test, prove you're human and not a replicant. What is that, Grant? I don't even know what you're talking about. And where? How do I take it? Where do you want me to take it? I don't want you to take it anywhere. Oh boy, he's lost it, man, lost it. Oh boy. Yep.
C is for cookie. Oh, C is for cucumber. That's not no good. I don't want no cucumber. I want cookie. Cause cookie is good. Cucumber is alright. The cookie is great.
I think just by all my wackiness, I've proved I'm not a replica from Blade Runner. It can't be taken. It has to be administered. Oh, did you see the new? What's a Blade Runner? The new. I think it was Blade Runner. What was that new movie? I saw it. Some could have sworn it was Runner. No, let's see. Why is this not coming out? It's just taking forever. No, there was a new, a remake of a older movie. Boom, 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 boom. Henry Cavill is doing it. If it were anyone else, I'd complain. Ah, all the what? Remaking Highlander? Is he playing the role of Sean Connery or the other guy? Four shows tomorrow? Oh, probably the other guy. Conan McLeod. Of the Clan McLeod. Okay, the one that I saw the remake of, I forget which it was. It's gone. Let's see. Oh, the Running Man is one that I was thinking about. I'm scratching McGroin of the Clan McGroin. This is my brother, a Justin McGroin. Well, here's something a little. I'm not sure whether I'd say a little funny or not. I made a video this morning, a short, not intentionally making it a short, but where I said about Canadian Shield 3 being at the printer. Although it's at this 523 views since this morning. Although in the first hour it was at the 500 mark, which was just crazy as far as I was concerned. Sorry, you seem to be at a loss of things to talk about. Yeah. Or I do. Whatever gave you that idea, laddie? I never guessed that I had a I had a loss for things to talk about. Of course I am. It's me. I don't talk about nothing. Or when I do, it's only for a few seconds and I'm on to the next topic. I don't like to beat a dead horse too often. You know what I mean, aye? That's what. Oh, we got a. Maybe somebody responded to something I said. Oh, fuck. Give me a few, mate. Give me a few. I have to get things set to up. So we might have Elsa coming here in a moment or two. We're gonna have to get in there so he can hear, so we can hear him. Ah, okay, laddie. Here we go. We'll get this all done. Yeah. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me. There we go. There's one thing done. He, there, where should we go? You can see the ear permissions. AFO has got permission for the ear, so that's where we'll go then. To talk, yeah, herpader, skinner, the ear, the der, skidder. Bow, 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 bow. Talk about comic book select. Oh, well, I did like Green Lantern back in the day. I liked Superman. I liked Batman, Spider-Man. Oh, dear. I didn't. I like Wolverine, but did I have some of his comics. I have some X-Men. I like my comics. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Okay, let me let him know. I will be in the silo. What? Name channel. Or anything you enjoy and can't seem to stop talking about. I can stop talking about anything I try to. Watch me. Why did you want to start your own comic book universe? Why all teeth? Never play hockey before? Actually, I haven't. Or maybe as a kid, floor hockey at best. So that was with uh, foam end sticks, if you want to call it sticks, plastic handles, stick. I never really got into hockey. I never really got into most sports. I don't mind throwing a baseball back and forth. I don't even mind playing baseball a little bit. Why did I start my own comic book universe? Well, it all started a long time ago in a far, far, not far away galaxy. Okay, no. No, but honestly with that is, as a kid, I did grow up watching, Spider-Man, like from the 60s Spider-Man, growing up watching Super Friends, Transformers, He-Man, all those 70s and 80s cartoons, and some before, like Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spread the web anytime, catch a thief, just like flies. What time? Here comes the Spider-Man. Oh, nobody should sing that like that. Anyways, so, and then I became a Christian at the age of 7. Not that that stopped me from watching all that and all that. I still loved and enjoyed it. But when I was in my early teens, my mom got took me to got me. I'm not sure how to say it, but I ended up going to a Christian camp called Circle Square. And this is how I remember it anyway. She'd said it differently, but it's beside. I'm not sure whether it's beside the point or not. But anyways, I remember it where she bought me these Christian Archie comics at this the souvenir shop to try and start getting me to read. Because I really was not a big reader in my thing. As a kid, still not really a big reader. I've read several novels, but again, really, that's really beside the point. So after reading Archie, I started, especially with Batman, Superman dying and Batman breaking his back. I got into regular comics, or I'm not sure whether it was that or I found out Archie had superheroes, and DC released an imprint with those out called Impact Comics, so I started reading those. And between those two things, I started really getting into comics. And at one point, I'm like, you know what? There is no Christian superheroes out there. I need to create them. And that was back late 80s, early 90s. I did that. And so I started creating characters. Some of the names are still around, like Electide was actually a guy who got his powers by drinking anointed coffee. That was half an idea from a friend about the anointed coffee, and I'm like, well, that ended up changing. First of all, Electide became a girl, or a woman, and black instead of white, and then powers came about a little bit differently. She was out on her way out to get something at the store, tripped over a ghetto blaster, ended up in a swimming pool. Lightning strikes and got and puts electricity and energy-based powers into her with that. You want to know more? You'll eventually have to read issue 1 of Electide. She's the last character I'm bringing out with her own book. Well, maybe not the last, but the one that I'm planning on of my main characters. Canadian Shield was not one of my original characters created, but eventually when I originally created him, he was supposed to be a big burly guy riding around on a motorcycle, like probably a Harley or some sort of chopper, and, doing good and fighting crime throughout Canada off of that. So this costume looked a little different than the one I have. Eventually, I'm not sure how I changed it into the one that I do not have now, but I did. I'm not sure what else I can say about that. So, like wanting to create my own universe, I saw that DC and Marvel had these vast universes, so I started creating a whole bunch of characters. A lot at first were rip-offs of DC and Marvel, I'll admit it. Like I did Queen Cleo, which was I watched the '70s Batman. You know, na 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 Batman. So I was trying to rip off King Tut there. I tried to rip off Eggman. The Joker, all of them. Various characters. Creating my own, I guess, version of them, although not many of them got backstories. Not many of them have made it into my comics, actually. Some did, some didn't, or they haven't made it in as major characters. Some will eventually be in as less major characters. So does that answer your question, Grant? Do you have any more questions based on that answer? The monkey chased the weasel all around the mulberry bush. Pop goes the weasel. Yep, good long answer. uh, yeah, and like still changing a little bit today, but got to step out for a minute, talk about something interesting. I don't know what's interesting. What's interesting to me might not be interesting to you. Is that interesting that we could have different interests? How interesting is us having different interests? See, I'm talking about something interesting because interesting is interesting, isn't it? Oh, crazy, crazy am I. I am crazy, crazy, crazy. Skinamarink dinky doo, skinamarink doo, skinamarink doo, skinamarink doo. He loves you in the morning and in the afternoon. Bum, 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 bum. See, I am not good when I don't have something to do. I just go buggers. I go a little wacko. You might be able to tell I have a little bit of a screw loose. I think it's a little bit more than a little loose. I think it's a whole lot loose. I think it's even left the screw hole. What would you call that? I don't know. I'm not sure whether I want to know. It might not sound good. No, it might not. No, 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 no. Oh. Oh, bah! Gruntish. Gruntish Crosby, I. You want me to grant you a Crosby? How does one grant a Crosby? Or are you sort of granting-ish a Crosby? Grantishing? Pretend you're in an interview. What a question you'd wish somebody would ask you. I don't know. I don't know what question I wish somebody would ask me. I just wish they wouldn't ask me what question did I think they would ask me. I knew that. Oh. See, I'm not completely terrible at this interview thing. If you ask me a question, usually I can answer it with some sort of competency. Competency? You know, I should have called my cousin and let her know that I did not get her stuff. You know what? I should just. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Boya, boya, boya. Boya, boya, boya. Boya, 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 boy. Oh. I think I blushed. Oh my. And maybe I'm not getting them back. Where are you? Alpha! Hey, Alpha! What shall we do with the incompetent Rick? What shall we do with the incompetent Rick? What shall we do with the incompetent Rick? So early in the evening. What would do? What others are there besides Shield and Snowdrift for characters? My main characters I think you would meet. There is the Flame. He will be, after we do Snowdrift 2, we will be doing Flame 1. And then after we do Canadian Shield 4, Snowdrift 3, Flame 2, we'll be doing Insecto what 1. After we do Canadian Shield 5, Snowdrift 4, Flame 3, we'll be doing Insecto 2. And then Azena 1. And then after that, we do Canadian Shield 6, Snowdrift 5, Flame 4, Insecto 3, Ozona 2, Wiz 1. He's our technological marvel. He would put Tony Stark to shame. Is it? You don't know nothing, Stark. Nothing. Well, you might not say it that way, but so, and then we would have Canadian Shield 7, and he ain't going to heaven because he's not dead. Then we'll have Snowdrift 6. Hey, Pilfer, how are you? And then Flame 5. Insecto 4. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Flame 4, or no, Insecto 4. Ozona 3. Wiz 2. Electide 1. And that will, be all the major characters. And of course, I have villains and other heroes that you'll see throughout the Civil Comics. And then when Electide hits 12, I don't have enough figures. And Canadian Shield hits 18. Again, I don't have enough figures. That's even more than 12 figures. And I don't have 12 figures. So then we will be forming our Avengers or Justice League.
And that will be
The Holy Warriors. And then that'll be issue 1 for that. And then I don't know where we're going from there. Like we'll be introducing, like I said, more heroes, more villains. All that sort of stuff with no guff. But how are you, Pilfer? And what is great exactly? I'm not sure what precisely you're referring to and what all I was talking. Any other questions, Grant? I grant you to ask me a question. Grant. Oh, hey, Alpha, you're here. I don't see you talking, so that means I'm not hearing you. Doesn't mean you're not trying to talk. Maybe it's not registering. Maybe your mic's not working. I don't even know whether you can hear me. Gret is a character that you were quoting. Oh, no. I wasn't actually quoting him. I didn't even know that he said that. I was just saying it for Tony Stark saying it. Or no, for my character, the Wiz, saying it to Tony Stark. Because, the Wiz has the technology of the 31st century if God was to tarry. So, something beyond Star Trek. So what Iron Man has created would be completely outdated and nothing compared to the Wiz. Oh, no problem, Grant. Thanks for helping. 2 thumbs up. I see you, Alpha. Do you see me? Can you hear me? Oh, we got a chat here. Chat. I can hear you. You can't hear me. I don't even see the green line going around your thing saying you're speaking. Because if you notice when I talk, oh, he left. I guess he's got to come back in. Oh, there he is. Yeah. Again, I'm not sure whether he's talking yet, but I still can't see no green line. I guess he's working on that mic. I'll set up so maybe he can get a word in edgeways.
You hear me now?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Okay, it was on voice isolation,
Ah,
so for some reason it wouldn't let you hear me.
well, that's not good.
Oh, not at all. What did I miss? I saw that you posted the short about taking the book to the printer.
I don't know what you missed. This stream. I've just been. I answered a few questions by Grant. And I've just been babbling about this, that, or whatever. I said possibly about you coming on, and I was talking about you doing Snowdrift 2.
Yeah, you could talk about Snowdrift now.
Oh. I've sent you the script. Have you had a chance to read it at all, or?
No, it's like right after you sent it, I fell asleep. I didn't read it and fall asleep. I just went to sleep after I saw the. You got it.
Yeah, well, that was also a couple days ago, so that's beside the point. I think it was a couple days ago, wasn't
It was? I thought that was yesterday.
it? Let's see. 12. 1. No, it was Monday. At 1:06 in the afternoon. No, Monday at 5:37 in the afternoon. That I sent it to you. So it's been over 2 days, technically. Over 24 hours. 48 hours. Something like that. Some sort of hours. Pilfer says, laugh out loud. Right after I sent it to you, I fell asleep. No, that's hurtful. I know he didn't mean anything mean by it. It's just, it was happenstance. So, have you read Snowdrift 1?
No. I was pretty. I don't know. I was busy.
No, like that script is Snowdrift 2. I think you have Snowdrift 1 at least as a PDF. Have you read that?
Okay. Yeah, I did look at. Yeah, I looked through it.
You looked through it.
I'm a slow reader, so I skimmed through it basically.
The book, the original book, the first one.
Yeah, beginning, middle, and end.
Okay, so I'm just trying to assess where you are with what you know or don't know. So, Snowdrift is a lady that was born in the early 20s, grew up there, ended up going to university during World War II, became some sort of scientist in Canada, and she was born in Canada. And she graduated university around the end of the Second World War. She ends up getting able to lead an expedition to the Canadian Arctic for some sort of research thing. Eventually I got to get specific on this. I got to research to figure out what I could make her whatever. What sort of scientist she is, you know. But that's a topic for a different time. And she ends up going out well up there after getting her party together and getting up to the Canadian Arctic. She ends up going out for a walk one day, and tragedy strikes. A snowstorm hits, a blizzard actually, and she can't find her way back. She ends up collapsing. The snow and ice cover her over. They try and find her. They can't find her. The expedition is canceled. Everybody, they pack up, go home because they can't find her. Hey, Metal.
Well, it's kind of easy to figure out what kind of scientist she is, though. You just have to look at the future stories and whatever you need her to be an expert in. That's what you
Yeah,
say she was.
I don't know that yet either. I've written up to 8 issues for her, and I haven't needed to cover that. So, oh, but Metal says that's okay. Every time I edit Rick's scripts, I force him to make decisions on this stuff. I'm still pressing him to land on her degree. Yeah, I think I had an idea at one point, but I forgot, so I gotta do a research again at some point. But anyways, yeah, so tragedy strikes. She's under the snow and ice, and over the next 70 years, the snow and ice through the wind gets swept away, revealing her body. And lo and behold, somebody who's up there that has a cabin nearby, for reasons we will not go into right now on air. We'll tell you off air if you want at some point. Is up there. He ends up going out for a walk one day, finds her frozen body on out there on the snow, and by the urging of God, he takes her back to his cabin, starts a fire, puts her in front of it, and she dethaws and wakes up, I guess you could say, and ends up finding out it's been 70 years later. He basically helps her acclimate back into society through some connections he has, gets her going. She ends up getting a job as a waitress, because, she's 70 years out of date of everything. And in that job, a group of thugs come in and rob the place. The Cult of Raven.
What? You can't call them thugs anymore. That's politically incorrect.
We can't call the Cult of Raven a group of thugs. They got
No, you
guns
can't.
and crowbars.
That doesn't mean. Well, you're not in America. You don't understand.
Well, they're in Canada, so.
Oh.
Well, I think we'd be less likely to call them that here, but that's beside the point.
We call them protesters now.
Oh no, these weren't protesters. They came in to rob the place, literally rob the place.
Yeah, we call them protesters. That's what our protesters do.
Metal says, I identify as a punk, not a thug. Okay. Okay, punks and thugs. Because Metal is technically one of this Cult of Raven people. I can show a picture of that later. In fact, you know what? Maybe I'll do that right now. Let's see whether I can get a picture of the thing I'm talking about. Snowdrift. Ah, wrong page. Shift. Alt. Oh, I don't have my camera on in thing, do I? Discord. There, so you can actually see. This is the Cult of Raven gang. We have Dillard in the middle, showing his bare belly. We have Metal over here with the spiked hair. Then we have Flit over here, the black guy with crowbar. And then we have Joshua over here in the orange and jeans. Oof, I can't believe you were the T word, dog. Anyways, like Granty says, peaceful protesters robbing, attacking us, and burning down buildings. So, anyways,
they're disaffected youth.
These guys aren't youth. You can't say that.
Okay, I'll say disaffected individuals.
Hey,
Victims
If
of circumstance.
I hope I'm on air with the black guy. I think if anybody has a problem with me saying black guy, it would be him. Yeah.
Oh, I don't see color. I'm colorblind.
Metal says, disclaimer, none of these look like any Cult of Raven members. Yes, but you know why they're the Cult of Raven? Because of what Dillard did in this one panel right here above.
I guess you can call them Ravenist then. Like Cult of Raven people can be peaceful, but the Ravenist are who you have to look out for, you know?
See, he put the Cult of Raven badge on this one guy and did COR. So Cult of Raven. Blame Dillard. But anyways, these guys to come in, they rob the place, and then they stick everybody in the freezer. The little freezer. And well, everybody ends up passing out. Christy North, as she's known now, once Nancy Brown, starts wrestling with the door handle, trying to get it open, and suddenly the door becomes complete ice. And she's like, "Oh my God, did I do that? Or dear Lord Jesus, did I do that?"
I thought she was Canadian.
Well, yeah, she is.
She must be like Shania Twain.
I'm just, being real animated about how this is all done.
Canadian.
These are not the actual voices of the characters or actual way that they speak. I'm just paraphrasing and whatever. Anyways, it ends up becoming all ice, and she's like, "Oh my God, I did it. I did this. I have ice powers." Then she smashes the ice and rescues her co-workers. Police come, take statements, blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, "You know what? I once met a woman that had these powers. You know what? I'm going to make myself into a superhero." And then she fashions herself a costume after the woman's image. And then she takes the same name as her and becomes Snowdrift.
Oh, she's Snowdrift too?
Who? Two.
Sequel?
And that's where it ends with you seeing her in Thing. Now, Snowdrift 2, issue 2, is the continuation where she faces off against her first villain, Sunset. Heat versus cold. What will win? What is more powerful? You know what I did not do for... Oh, crap, I just realized. I did not do in Canadian Shield 2. I didn't do next issue. Crap. And it's already at the printers. Oh, well. It'll be in it'll be in the whatchamacallit, the remastered version. Metal says, I like to think they are the unappreciated Canadian chapter that gets up to no good on their own because we pay them no mind because they are in Canada. Pilfer says, you can't say freezer. It's temperature illiterate. Illusion. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. So that is, well, I told you basically the beginning of Canadian Snowdrift. I covered Snowdrift issue 1 and where we're going into, just a little bit of where we're going into number 2. You know, I don't want to give too much away at this point, you know. Although I've done I've colored the Dillard pages up and had them up. But those Dillard pages are technically not going to be anymore. Because we can't get a hold of Dillard to finish it. And most likely, pardon?
Are the Dillard pages from book 2?
Yeah, Dillard did about 6 pages.
Oh, those would be a good template then. I can just copy those.
Where is my mouse?
I could just redraw them in my style.
Yeah, you can do that if you want, or
Well,
come
that's the
up with
hardest
some.
part of drawing a comic is laying it out for me.
Yeah.
Drawing's the fun part, but thinking about it is the hard part. Cause I overthink, I overplan too sometimes. I can't get Photoshop to work with my pen tablet. I don't know why. Well, I use Clip Studio. That always works.
Okay, why does this? Transform, reset, transform. Okay, so here is a colored version of page 1 that I did.
You've got to be more politically correct. It's a page of color.
Metal says it wouldn't be hard to lay it out if Rick added as much detail to this old script as I yelled at him to. I forget how much detail I have or not have in it. Here are here's the inked version of that. Drawn by, pencil by John Dillard and inked by Fly Fox Pro.
You can't really see it.
Yeah, it's super big, so I'm having to reduce it down in size slowly.
Okay.
Excuse me. Unfortunately, it doesn't look as good as it does a little bit more blown up. So, you know what? Maybe we should get. Clip Studio. Bring it up in Clip Studio. Okay, let's see. Open. It's comics. Comics. New Drift 2. So there is the inked, just inked version. And oh, that's a different page. Colored. And here's the colored version that I'm gonna have to well, I would have had to recolor, but that's page 1. Here's page 2. For some reason, he decided to show her laying down on her bed sideways.
Very artsy.
And then there's that colored.
Oh, maybe it's a double page spread. Maybe you're supposed to turn it the other way.
Well, it wasn't supposed to be, but that I did mention that I could do that with that.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
No, Dillard even said that it wasn't. He's like, well, and then he jokingly said, or I'm not, I think jokingly said that, oh, if you're going to use a double speed spread, you can pay me double for it.
Huh? What? But I mean, it looks like one. It's one page, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's weird.
This is page 3, ink. There's it inked. And then there's it colored. Now it's a little out of focus here because I grabbed these images off the I screen copied my screen as I went over the videos that I put up with this stuff on. So I'd have an idea of what I did because I was hoping Dillard would be back and, you know, I'd have to recolor these pages, you know, and I'd be able to just, you know, grab stuff from off this. So. There's page 4. Unfortunately, this one I had to do in 2 parts. Grabbing it off video. There's the top panel. And then there's the bottom 3 panels.
Yeah, these all work. They look good.
And then there's page 5. And then I think I brought that up earlier. Colored. Yeah, I did right there. Now there are, I want to do some drawing tiers on this. So we'll have to probably more talk about that after. the different spots.
Okay.
Because that's all mentioned in the script, I believe. So now, anyways, because I think I did go a little bit over it after Metal said, but now this is one thing I'd want to change right here. Well, just more, her arm looks a lot wonky there.
Yeah. I guess it's just bat perspective.
But, other than that, everything else looks great. I thought I had that color too, but I don't see it here colored. So, but, there's the cover for Snowdrift too. That was John. Well, he drew it, I colored it. He penciled and inked it. That I'll be keeping. Because it doesn't matter usually about a different artist for the cover. That happens all the time in comic books.
Can I color it?
I'm not sure whether I have the pencils and inks for it at this point.
Oh man.
Because that was all on my one hard drive that I can't get access to. Let me see. I might not. Drive, because I'm gonna have to give you access to this thing anyways. Where is Snowdrift? Snowdrift. Do. Ashcan. Phone. Flash Comics. You know. Size. Ashcan. Okay, maybe under that press. Oh, there's Snowdrift too. Yeah, I'll definitely have to give you pictures of this, access to this, because this has a layout, a look for the place that she lives. Um, but I don't see that here. No. Um, because that could easily be. Because I got that when I was doing Canadian Shield 2 and Snowdrift 1. I don't know. I can't. Multiple cover options. It says metal. That we have a bit of time for me to see whether I can find that or so. So, any other questions, thoughts, whatever? I know there's probably a lot more to talk about for it than just what I've said. Alpha?
Not really. Not really.
Well,
It's just,
especially,
you know, it's a good starting point. You've got a cover. You've got 6 pages. And
yeah.
yeah,
Well, I guess we'll just be keeping. Yeah. For this one, actually, I will color this one. We'll keep you doing coloring Canadian Shield 4. This one, just unfortunately, because, I've already put out the expense of Dillard for the first few pages, and now that's up in smoke. You know, I don't want to. I don't want to bash on Dillard. That's not my. I love Dillard. I just believe something obviously has happened. So, he'll get back in touch with me at some point and all that. So, me and him will discuss things at that point about having to redo this. But
you got to keep a positive attitude.
yeah, because Dillard is a great guy. I don't really want to say anything bad about him. So, he's done a lot of good for me as far as I'm concerned. So, but since I want to get on with the project, I have to go a different route. And that's all there is to it, right? Because,
I'm telling you, it's those Mexican cartels. They got me.
yeah. Who knows? Maybe I'll just fly down there one day. Hey, Dillard! Pop up as his house.
Fly? I
Pardon?
didn't know you flew.
In an
I thought you used to,
airplane?
you know. Oh, I mean, like, last time you took a bus, so I just figured that you were afraid to fly.
Oh, no, I've flown several times.
Oh, I've never flown. Well, when I was 2, I was in a helicopter. It just went up and then it went down. We're like, see, that's a helicopter.
Yeah, that's what they do. They go up, they come down. That's what planes do. They go up, they come down. They go up one spot, they come
Well, I
down
mean,
another spot.
well, it was a field trip, so they just
Yeah.
wanted, give us a little helicopter ride.
Yeah, well, been to Guatemala. I've been to Sao Paulo, Brazil. I flew out to technically flew out to Edmonton and then took the bus backwards to Saskatoon. I've flown out to Vancouver, Canada. Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. So I got no problems flying. When I took the bus, I thought it'd be a little cheaper, get to see a little countryside, and at the time I just didn't want to deal with customs at an airport. I'd rather have dealt with the custom, especially with going down to do my comic stuff. I would rather have dealt with it at the border because I feel it's just a little easier getting over a land border than going through customs and all that at an airport. So
Okay.
that's why I took the bus. Well, the second time. And first time it was just like I was comparing the prices and all that. It was a little cheaper for the bus at the time. Now I think planes are a lot cheaper most of the time. Although there are some places that, like, if I wanted just to go up to Northern Ontario with on a plane, it would be cheaper to take the bus.
Oh, you would still be in Canada too, so.
Yeah. Well, like if I went from Toronto to Sudbury, not that you know, or North Bay, if I wanted to do that via plane, that would cost me $300 or $400, or maybe 200 or 300, whatever, I forget. Since the last time I checked. Yet I can get up there for $100 less, $100 or less, and more, of course, we're talking in Canadian funds, via bus. So it just takes a little longer. Metal says, let's all take a field trip to Grand Canyon, Yosemite, or Banff and get lost together.
I don't want to get lost.
So,
My greatest fear is getting lost.
any thoughts, questions, or whatever else for about Snowdrift 2?
New villain?
Well, seeing as how there was no villain in the first one. Yeah.
So that's the one with the sun villain?
Yeah, Sunset.
Sunset.
No, not Sunset. Sunset. And you actually see her on the cover in the ice.
Sunsets?
Sunset. Sunsetset.
Sunsent.
Okay, you're just messing with me now.
No, I guess it's a Texas thing. Because we say the word scent, like, you know, like you're smelling something.
Scent. No, set. S-E-T. Sunset.
Sunset. Okay.
As in, the sun sets in the west,
Sunset in the west.
the sun sets,
Okay.
and the sun rises. This is a sunset.
Oh, okay.
From the rising of the sun to the going down of the same, the name of the Lord is to be praised. Sunseta. It said metal. He also said getting lost is the fun part. It's not the bad part if there are a lot of us together. True. Because then we can eat everybody else, and survive. No. And then that's when to become a cannibal. No cannibalism. No cannibalism for you. Oh. So what else shall we say? What else shall we say? What else shall we do? I don't know. So yes, a new villain,
Yes.
the first villain, the only villain thus far. Metal says, I can survive off the land pretty well.
Ooh, I can't.
I'm not sure.
I got a survival book though. A foraging book. Because I keep thinking about AI taking over, and I was like, so if AI does take over, how are people going to stop it? It's like, oh, it's you can use an EMP, but then it'll send everything to the Stone Age. So I'm like, okay, if an EMP goes off or there's a giant solar flare like there was the other few weeks ago that could take out all of human civilization, I need to know what I can eat. It's all around me. So I got a book about it.
Well, you haven't read the script. You know what? Let's Let me actually bring up the script. Sunset 2. Metal says he's already started working on him bug out bag. Okay, that's what he means by that. There we go.
Maybe it's a survival kit. I made one of those. That's what I put my book in, my foraging book in, Texas foraging book. I put a first aid kit. What else? A flit. I put a flit in there to start fires.
A flit or a flint?
Flint, yeah, flint. That's what I said, flint.
You put flit in there? How did you do that? How did you fit flit in there?
I fit flit in the sack.
I think Flint would be too big for this sack. He's a person.
What? No,
Yeah.
flit. You know, like start fires.
Yeah, I believe that's
Put matches and a survival.
I believe that's a flint. Flint, not an Flit. There's flit and then there's flint.
Yeah, that's what I said. Flint. So I put the. Well, anyway, I already talked about that. I put a survival knife in there.
Yeah. So
and
Metal says a
survival straw.
bug out bag is the survival kit you make in case everything goes south, and you need to dip right that second. Yeah, I know. I believe I've heard of it before. So yeah. So here's the page one is Sunset looks at herself in the mirror in her newly finished costume. Not bad. Finally came up with a design that I can live with. Sunset radiates heat from her. Now we're ready to take care of business.
What
Sounds-
part of Canada is she from?
Don't know. I'm just making up a voice. Probably not a correct from. Well, I'm not even really sure where she's from originally. She's just. We're gonna see her in Canada. I don't think I've given her a country or a city of origin, place of origin in Canada. Sunset flies out the window. Sunset flies over the city of Edmonton. Christy lays on her bed talking on the phone. A cold sunset for the splash title. I'm actually coming up with these things sooner. Christy on the phone. Thanks for the letter you sent me. I received it yesterday. I'm glad that things are going well up there. You'll be pleased to know I'm doing well too. I've been writing but I'll be writing a letter soon as well. Well, so what's your new job like? Well, I'm a waitress, so it's not as challenging as a job as I had before, but I'm getting along with everyone there, and I'm discovering stuff I've never seen before. Well, what would that be? I saw people using this thing called a drone. It seemed like something out of one of those science fiction serials. Well, believe me, Christy, you've barely seen anything yet. As far as what has changed in the years that you were buried, I know we haven't been talking long. However, I have some stuff to do that is time sensitive. Okay, I'll let you go then. Bye for now. God bless. Christy clicks on the TV. What to watch? So much more than when these were first came out. TV on some sort of news channel. How in heaven's name can there be all these channels with news all the time? Is there really that much going on that is newsworthy all the time? Breaking news. This just in. A woman in a costume is tearing up downtown Edmonton in search of someone. I guess that means I have work to do. Sunset floating over the city, floating in the air about 20 feet above the ground. Meanwhile, downtown. Sunset blasts the crowd. Blasts into the crowd, not hitting anyone. Come out, you drug-dealing scumbag! An ice shield starts forming in front of Sunset. Off panel. An ice shield formed in front of Sunset. Snowdrift off panel. Well, we'll have no more of just blasting around away randomly. Never know who might get hurt. Sunset blastage. I don't really want to yell this. I'm not sure how well I'm doing different voices for my girls either. No one's gonna stop me from taking out that drug dealer! Pieces of chunk flying all over the place. Snowdrift creates a small ice shield in front of her. Snowdrift ice chunks hit Snowdrift's shield. Snowdrift shoots a blast from behind the shield. It's been a long time since I've played this game. Sunset appears behind Snowdrift. Did you think that you were going to that was going to keep you safe? Snowdrift. And I never had powers before. What to do? You're smart, woman. You're smart. You're a smart woman. Sunset shoots a blast at Snowdrift. Snowdrift ducks out of the way. The blast where she was. Snowdrift. So you got something against drug dealers or just this one? Sunset looking over to where Snowdrift is. All of them. But I have a real hard on for this one. Snowdrift shoots an ice beam directly at Sunset. Such language. Snowdrift in
Would a woman
front.
say that though?
Well, you gotta remember, Snowdrift is from the 40s/50s, so that would be to her real crude.
Yeah, but would a woman ever say that? That sounds like something a dude would say.
Oh, what? I
I've
have
never heard
her.
a woman say that. Yeah, I don't think a woman would say that.
I think I've. Well, I'm not sure whether I have or haven't. I'm not. Well, probably not in real life, but I think I've heard it on, TV somewhere. I don't know.
I don't know. I've heard dudes say that, but I've never heard a woman say it. Cause I don't know. Maybe I don't know about female anatomy enough.
Well, it's not because she has one. Male anatomy. She's just trying to demonstrate a point with her language. Yes, Sunset is female, Grant. Metal says, you don't know women today. Watch a Twitch streamer for like 5 minutes and you'll hear it.
Okay, I don't know.
Although this was written 30 years ago too, so there's some.
I don't know. It just seems like something a gal would say.
Oh yeah, definitely a guy would say it, but there are women out there that would say it to demonstrate a point.
It's just kind of weird. hearing a woman
Grant says,
say that.
still seems a little much for a family-friendly comic. That you could have a point with, Grant, but
Mommy, what does hard on me?
But just to put a point on it, Disney does do a lot of innuendo stuff too that kids don't pick up on, but adults do.
That's not really.
I
That's
know
not really
that-
innuendo though. That's a
Yeah.
phrase.
Well, I guess it's graphic, but it's not.
Eh,
I can definitely.
Tell me, mommy. I don't understand.
I
I'm
will
just a
say
little girl.
I wouldn't be against changing it to something a little less, for lack of a better term, graphic. That's not exactly innuendo. True. I'm just not sure what could change it to mean maybe the same thing and get the point across. You could update it now that you're older. Yeah. Like I said, I'd have no problems updating something like that. If anybody's got some suggestions that can make the same sort of point, that isn't quote unquote quite as graphic. I'm not sure what you'd want to
What is
say.
hard on me, mommy?
Okay, you made the point. Now help really provide a solution.
I don't know. It's very similar to like Lightyear. It's like, mommy, how did two women have a baby? Just kidding. That's probably a little too far. But yeah, I don't know. What was the phrase again? What was she talking about?
Well, she's talking
trying to
about
get
drug
drug dealers.
dealers and Grant is saying, but I'm hot for this one. I'm not sure whether that would be. And it's got to be something that Snowdrift would say again such language to. Because Snowdrift is. That's bad language. You don't say stuff like that to her. You know? Well, maybe not the.
Well, this is a family book, so it is kind of difficult to do that.
So, I want to be able to keep the such language too from Snowdrift. Because Snowdrift is getting after her because she says that language too. Metal says this is not something I would catch age rating since my dad had me watching SNL when I was 7. My filter is skewed unless I'm told to consciously turn the lenses on. Yeah, I get you. I was around stuff, I guess similar. I'm not sure. Because I wrote this in my early 20s and I didn't think much of it, so at the time. Well, anyways, that can granted it's but a hot for this one. I don't think it would have the same connotation that either, so but it is sort of I get it. A, it's going with her powers. Hot, I don't. Not sure whether it would convey the same message. That is. But anyways, okay, anyways. Such language, so sunshine frozen in a chunk of ice descends to the ground. Snowdrift says, wow, Wow! Scratch one supervillain in 5 minutes flat. Hope the next villain is as easy. Metal says all hot and bothered would fit her theme more that in an established turn of phrase.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I definitely could go for that.
It's family friendly and kind of innuendo-y.
All of them. But I am really hot and bothered. So this one.
Well, the thing that got my attention was about that line was there's this show name. I think it was Bleach. There was a character he's a male dresses like a female, and he said something got him wet, and then they responded, "Don't you mean hard?" Because he was a cross dresser, so so that's why it stood out for me. Because I remember because the censors changed that line. In the subtitles you get that, but then when they dubbed it, they changed it to something else.
Metal says I love Bleach. And is that all right, Metal? Because I know we went over this once. If I'm doing that and changing it, I want to make sure it's good right now. Grammatically and all that.
So Metal would know what I'm talking about, probably. I still haven't gotten through volume 1 of Bleach. I have it, I just haven't read it.
Sure, it's fine. Okay.
But it is cool.
What
Cool to have like fire characters do puns like Mr. Freeze did. Ice puns.
Yeah.
I like puns.
Yeah. Anyway, so Son Nojo. Wow. Scratch one supervillain in 5 minutes flat. Hope the next villain is easy as easy. Somebody's a little full of herself, eh? Christy Wilma. What was that? What were you gonna say?
I was just saying, nothing's wrong with that.
No. Christy, Wilma, and Irene are sitting at a coffee shop in West Edmonton Mall. Draw in people reward at shop. So, this is where you'd have the main people and then at tables in the background, people could be drawn in.
Cool.
Metal says, I hope you have it in black and white, the original for Bleach. Kudo did so much storytelling with black and white, and the color version ruins it. So
I
caption.
didn't know there was a color version. It's pretty old. I got it used bookstore.
Caption later
Half
that
price
day.
books, that's what it's called.
Wow. Am I glad we did this? I needed a break from my daily grind. Irene. Well, good. Good. I know we're going to have a wonderful time tonight. Uh, anyways, that's like the first. We're at the 7 pages, so and my show's supposed to end in about 4 minutes. Not that it can't go longer,
Oh, okay.
but so any thoughts, questions? Well, there's that one, but any other thoughts, questions?
No, so far so good. That's like, I'm glad you get to the action really quick. Start off like there's action even before, like right from the start.
Yeah. And well, page 8, we have a little bit of slow stuff here. And then, page 9, it's like Death Sergeant, blah blah blah, where what's her name's being held, and then, she escapes. Then we go on to back to Christy and them, blah blah blah. Christy finds out that Sunset has escaped, and she's actually ends up at the theater where the girls are, and then she changes, and then you're back into some battle, going back and forth between the battle and the people that Christy was with. I think it's some fairly good pacing.
Yeah, it's got more action. It's like double stuff with action. Starts with action and ends with action.
Yeah, yeah, there's definitely a lot of action, some different things. Page 20, we get Sunset taken off, so ends up sort of being a stalemate. Sunset ends up not being captured. Snowdrift, knows she's not going to capture her, so goes back to her, finds her friends, catches up with them. We end up, Christy goes to the hospital, check out some little bit of damage she got from her fight, and then meets a new acquaintance or new supporting cast member.
Cool.
So I think you'll like it. You like what's the name, right? You liked
What?
Canadian Shield 4.
Yeah, I like
I'm
the.
not I'm not sure who wrote this. I think this is another one that I think I'm going to be saying co-wrote. Me and the guy that I said co-wrote Canadian Shield 3. But Flame 1 is going to just be completely me. And then I think from there, Canadian Shield 4 is me. Canadian Shield 3 is me. There are a lot of them after that are just going to be me for writing.
Oh, that's cool.
Because this is about where I took over. I think there might be one or two that have some other influence, but. And if I know it is, there's some other influence in it, of course, I'm going to give them credit. So, you're liking what you see so far? Or
What I
hearing?
heard. Yeah. Just the, well, you didn't tell everything, but I don't need to hear everything. I just like hearing the synopsis. And
Yeah.
so far, it starts off really good.
Yeah, like one of the tropes I know from comics, there's usually 2 battle scenes, so I tried to do that, and there's something that happens in between, blah blah blah. Sometimes the villain's captured, sometimes the villain gets away. In this case, the villain does get away. But could the villain return? Who knows? Well, actually, I'll say this villain will return a few issues later. I do write the. I've already written the return of Sunset. Sunset is going to be one of part of Snowdrift's Rogue Gallery.
Cool. You're already one step ahead of Marvel then, with how they introduce their characters. None of them have any villains. They just borrow other characters' villains.
Three. Yeah, issue 7, Sunset returns. When she returns, she should call herself Sunrise. Ba-dum-ba-dum-bum-bum-bum.
Oh, that should be the title. Sunset Rises.
I know I have that written, but I doubt I have it on here written. So, do. Nope, just got the page and panel stuff written in there. As you can see, I've getting the order. This is the order of everything. When one sunsets, another rises.
That works. That's good. It's catchy.
Yeah. I know I probably already have a title for it. I'm not sure what it is. But so yeah, there is a little bit about Snowdrift 2. Hope people are interested. And of course, hopefully you will come on and draw some of it for us while you're doing it. And we should probably actually get in a call off air at some point too, today or tomorrow, tonight or tomorrow, probably tomorrow, to go over
Yeah,
a
it's
little
starting to
bit.
get late.
Yeah.
And I went to sleep at 9 yesterday, so I'm probably gonna turn in around then too.
Yeah. Okay, so well, you want to share anything before we end?
I don't know. Does Mike S. Miller's is drawn and quartered on? I have to close all the windows on my computer so I can stream.
Or watch this stream? Probably is on.
Oh, anytime I stream, I have to close my windows because it makes me lag.
Well, if he's doing a drawing and quarter, it probably won't be on for another hour or two. I don't think it goes on until about 10.
Oh yeah, he's in California. Keep getting it mixed up with Chester's.
Well, Chester's
Yeah, he won't
used
be on
to
until
be
9 or 10 your time.
Chester's used to be on around the same time too, but
Yeah, he's on Japan time. And
Yeah.
they have daylight savings.
yeah, but it's also the thing that we were trying to do it at the same time as the original drawn and as the pro one originally, because I was part of the starting of that. The second thing of drawn and quartered was on my channel, fan edition.
Oh, cool. Oh, okay.
So yeah, the second episode was on mine. I think the fourth was on Dillard's. another friend of mine had it on his for the 3rd. And the reason it was on the 2nd, the guy that had it on his channel first, Pixel Trader, I'm not sure whether you've heard of him. He wasn't able to do it the 2nd week, and I was like, okay, if we don't get to do this again right away, it's going to lose steam. So I volunteered my channel.
Nice.
And I'm not sure whether anybody remembers, but I did sort of suggest to a few people that we should be doing a fan version or whatever, but Pixel's the one that got it started, and he gets all the credit. Unfortunate. Well, not unfortunately. He deserves it too, you know.
He's a trader. Pixel trader.
But anyways, with that said, well, thanks for coming on, talking for a little bit. And thanks everybody in the chat for coming by. It's been great having you all here. I will be back tomorrow, probably around 7, maybe a bit later. I might have to go down to my cousin's quick, do something, drop something off, and come home. So,
Is it a long trip?
not necessarily. It's probably 20 minutes, half an hour. 20 minutes, half an hour there, and then back. And then whatever time that end up staying there, I want to just drop off what I need to drop off and go. But that doesn't always happen because of talking.
Oh. Yeah, that's true. She must be lonely.
Yeah. Okay, so later, everyone. God bless. Thanks again for Alpha coming on. We're gonna actually have to be talking soon too about coming on for in the new year for the Silhouette game. Maybe that's what I'll do tomorrow. I'll start doing some the new assets for the Silhouette game. Because you as a co-host on the Silhouette game,
Yeah, I could do that.
every Thursday, 6 your time, 7 my time.
Yeah, I should be able to do that unless I get a new job or something, but I'm still doing this.
Yeah. Okay. So, bye-bye, everybody. God bless. See you later. Love y'all. Any closing statements there?
Um,
You don't have
Happy
to.
holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Shabbat Shalom.